Muslim Women Rights Day was observed on August 1 in India. Contents, highlights. Background. Why this date is regarded as Muslim Women Rights Day. About Triple Talaq Law. Success of the law. Which countries have banned Triple Talaq? Highlights. Year 2021 marks second anniversary of Triple Talaq Bill, which is officially called as Muslim Women Act, Protection of Rights on Marriage, passed in the Rajya Sabha. Background. Muslim Women Rights Day is observed on August 1 in the backdrop of Triple Talaq Bill that was approved in Parliament on 1 August 2019. Triple Talaq Bill was a great milestone in liberating Muslim women from shackles of social evil that came in form of divorce terms. Cases like Shah Banu Begum and Ors vs. Mohg Ahmad Khan, Shahra Banu vs. Union of India and Ors laid the foundation stones for the move. Shahra Banu in her writ petition asked Supreme Court to consider the three practices talaq-e-bidat, polygamy, nikah halala as unconstitutional. Cases were filing citing the violation of Articles 14, 15, 21, 25 of the Constitution. Why this date is regarded as Muslim Women Rights Day. The Triple Talaq law made Triple Talaq a criminal offence. This law is considered as a crucial step because it ensured protection of Muslim women against gender inequality and empowerment by lawfully criminalizing practice of instantaneous talaq. Hence this day is observed as Muslim Women Rights Day. This law seeks to promote women's self-reliance, self-respect, and boost self-esteem because it strengthens fundamental and democratic rights of Muslim women. About Triple Talaq law. As per the Triple Talaq Act, declaration of talaq would be treated as a cognizable offence. Law provides for imprisonment of 3 years imprisonment along with a fine. Success of the law. Ever since the law was passed, there has been a reduction in Triple Talaq cases by 82%. Which countries have banned Triple Talaq? Egypt was the first country to ban Triple Talaq in 1929. Egypt is followed by Sudan, Pakistan, in 1956, Malaysia, in 1969, Bangladesh, in 1972, Iraq, in 1959, and Syria, in 1953. In the recent years, UAE, Morocco, Iran, Cyprus, Qatar, Jordan, Brunei, Algeria as well as India, have banned this practice. Myanmar's military has extended emergency for 2 years, after seizing power from elected government of Myanmar. Contents, highlights. Background. Why military seized power? How powerful military is in Myanmar. About Myanmar. Highlights. Military had seized power from elected government 6 months ago in February 2021. According to military leader, state of emergency will achieve its objectives by August 2023. Military government named itself as caretaker government and Min Aung Hlaing as prime minister. Background. Military had seized power in Myanmar in a coup in February 2021. This is the third military coup in Myanmar's history since its independence from British rule in 1948. 1-year state of emergency was imposed in February, while democratically elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi was detained. Why military seized power? In parliamentary election of November 2020, Suu Kyi's party National League for Democracy, NLD, secured majority of the seats. But when newly elected Myanmar government were to hold first session of parliament in 2021, military imposed state of emergency for 1 year, highlighting massive voting fraud in parliamentary elections. Government was failed in tackling situation of COVID-19 pandemic. How powerful military is in Myanmar? Military gets power to took over under Article 417 of Myanmar's constitution. Under Article 417, military can take over in times of emergency. Constitution of Myanmar was framed by military in 2008. So, it retains power under charter at expense of democratic, civilian rule. Apart from that, in Parliament of Myanmar, military holds 25% of total seats and several key ministerial positions are reserved for military appointees. About Myanmar. Myanmar is a Southeast Asian country sharing border with Bangladesh and India in the northwest, with China in the northeast, with Laos and Thailand in the east and southeast, and with Andaman Sea and Bay of Bengal in the south and southwest. It is the largest country in mainland Southeast Asia and 10th largest in Asia by area. Its capital city is Naypyidaw. Myanmar share border with the Indian states of Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh. Ayush Ministry is to conduct clinical trials of Ashwagandha, in collaboration with UK's London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, LSHTM. Team will check its efficacy on COVID-19 infection. Contents, highlights. What is Ashwagandha? Significance of the trial for India. Recent study on Ashwagandha. All India Institute of Ayurveda. Highlights. All India Institute of Ayurveda, AIIA, and LSHTM signed a Memorandum of Understanding to conduct clinical trials of Ashwagandha, recently. Clinical trials would be conducted on 2,000 people in 3 UK cities namely Leicester, Birmingham and London. There have been several studies on Ashwagandha in past to understand its benefits on several ailments. But this is the first time Ministry of Ayush has collaborated with foreign institution to check its efficacy on COVID-19 patients. What is ashwagandha? Ashwagandha is scientifically called as Withania somnifera. It is commonly called as Indian winter cherry. This traditional herb boosts energy, reduces stress and makes immune system stronger. It is an easily accessible, over-the-counter nutritional supplement in United Kingdom. Significance of the trial for India. Successful completion of clinical trial can provide a major breakthrough and provide scientific validity to traditional medicinal system of India. After successful trial, ashwagandha will be authorized for medicinal treatment to prevent infection and will be recognized by scientific community globally. Recent study on ashwagandha. Recently, randomized placebo-controlled trials of ashwagandha were conducted in humans in India. Study demonstrated its efficacy on reducing anxiety and stress, improving muscle strength and reducing symptoms of fatigue in patients treated for chronic conditions. It also showed its efficacy on treating non-restorative sleep. All India Institute of Ayurveda. It is an apex institute for Ayurveda under Ayush. It aims to bring synergy between traditional wisdom of Ayurveda and modern tools and technology. Institute was set up to offer postgraduate and doctoral courses in several disciplines of Ayurveda. It focuses on fundamental research of Ayurveda, drug development, standardization and scientific validation of Ayurvedic medicine. PV Sindhu, a 26-year-old badminton player, has become first Indian woman to win 2 Olympic medals after defeating He Bingjiao of China. Contents, hide. Highlights. Where does Sindhu stand internationally? Who is PV Sindhu? Highlights. Sindhu defeated He Bingjiao by 21-13, 21-15 in women's singles bronze medal match at Tokyo Olympics 2020. She is the first Indian woman to win an Olympic silver and also the first Indian woman to finish on podium 2 times at Olympics. At Rio Olympics, Sindhu had won women's singles badminton silver in her Olympics debut. She has become second Indian athlete to win 2 Olympic medals in individual events following Sushil Kumar. Sushil Kumar had won wrestling bronze in 2008 in Beijing and went one step further to win silver at London Games in which India achieved its best ever tally of 6 medals. Where does Sindhu stand internationally? Sindhu has become the 4th athlete to win multiple medals in women's singles badminton category at Olympic Games. She has joined South Korea's Bang Soo-han who won silver at Barcelona Games in 1992 as well as gold medal in women's singles badminton category at 1996 Atlanta Games. Apart from them, China's Zhang Ning had won gold medal at 2004 Athens Games and defended it in Beijing. Indonesia's Susi Susanti won 1992 gold medal and won bronze at the 1996 Athens Games. Who is PV Sindhu? Sindhu is an Indian badminton player who came to limelight at international level after winning Asian Championships bronze medal in 2014. In the same year she also won bronze medals at Commonwealth Games and Asian Games. She also won her first of 5 World Championship medals in 2014 itself. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is to launch e-Rupee digital payment solution on 2 August 2021. e-Rupee is an e-voucher based payment solution. Contents, hide. Highlights. What is e-Rupee platform? Working mechanism of e-Rupee. Highlights. e-Rupee initiative will be launched to limit touchpoints between government and beneficiary. Platform will also ensure that benefits reach its intended beneficiaries in a targeted and leak-proof manner. e-Rupee is a one-time payment mechanism that will allow users to redeem voucher without using card, digital payments app or internet banking access. What is e-Rupee platform? National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, developed e-Rupee platform on its UPI platform. It has onboarded banks to act as issuing entities. It was launched in collaboration with Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and National Health Authority. This platform was launched to ensure a leak-proof delivery of welfare services. Platform will be used to deliver services under schemes that are meant to provide drugs and nutritional support under mother and child welfare schemes, drugs and diagnostics under schemes such as Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, fertilizer subsidies and TB eradication programs. Private sector can also leverage these digital vouchers under their employee welfare and corporate social responsibility programs. Working mechanism of e-Rupee. e-Rupee will be delivered to mobile phones of beneficiaries through SMS string or a QR code. It will be like a prepaid gift voucher that can be redeemed at specific accepting centers without any credit or debit card, mobile app or internet banking. It will connect sponsors of the services with beneficiaries and service providers digitally without any physical interface. On the occasion of birth anniversary of Pingali Venkaiah, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu and other members of Union Cabinet paid homage to him. Year 2021 marked 145th anniversary of Pingali Venkaiah. Contents, hide. Highlights. Significance of national flag. Who is Pingali Venkaiah? Pingali's design of flag. Highlights. Pingali Venkaiah was the architect behind the design of Indian national flag. Present-day national flag of India is inspired by the design of Pingali Venkaiah. Thus, He gave unique identity to India by means of national flag. Significance of national flag. Any country is identified and distinguished by its unique flag, emblem, and anthem. Flag is a symbolic expression of how any country sees and identifies itself. India's national flag represents its values and thoughts. It defines what India believes and strives for. Saffron color on top symbolizes strength and courage, white color in middle represents peace and truth, while green color at the bottom symbolizes fertility, growth and auspiciousness of land. 24 spokes of the Ashok Chakra symbolizes that there is life in movement and death in stagnation. Who is Pingali Venkaiah? He was an Indian freedom fighter, was born in 1876. He was born and brought up in a Telugu Brahmin family in Andhra Pradesh. Hanumantaraidu was his father and Venkatramana was his mother. He completed his high school studies in Madras and went to Cambridge University for graduation. He was a staunch Gandhian, agriculturist, educationist, linguist, geologist and writer. Pingali's design of flag. He designed a flag called as Swaraj flag. It comprised of red and green bands to symbolize two major communities of India, Hindus and Muslims. His design had provided an identity to India and its people. Flag helped in uniting and giving rise to the spirit of independence among people then. He also added a white band over red over green with a charkha design onto khadi bunting as suggested by Mahatma Gandhi. White color represented peace and rest of communities residing in India, while the spinning wheel symbolized progress of the nation. According to Titagar Wagons Ltd, its plant in Italy has rolled out first train for Pune Metro coach. Contents, hide. Key points. Features of Pune Metro. Titagar Wagons. Key points. In total, 34 trains will be sent from Italy. Each train will comprise of 3 coaches. The first prototype of the metro was rolled out at a virtual ceremony that was joined by Ambassador of India to Italy, Nina Malhotra, and Ambassador of Italy to India, Vincenzo De Luca. These coaches are scheduled to arrive Pune in September 2021. Features of Pune Metro. Order for supply of 102 metro coaches for Pune Metro was placed on MS. These metro coaches for Pune Metro will be manufactured with aluminium for first time in India. They are lighter, having 15.5 T axle load, than lightest coaches at Nagpur Metro, 16 T axle load. Coaches have double-walled structure. Extruded sections of car body have been made of aluminium that provides required strength. Aluminium has also reduced the weight. These ultra-modern metro coaches have highest safety standards with modern Italian styling. They result in low carbon emission and having better fuel efficiency. Titagar Wagons. It is a railway wagon manufacturer based in Titagar, West Bengal. It manufactures coaches for Indian Railways, Bailey Bridges, as well as mining equipment. Its subsidiary, Titagar Marines, operates in shipbuilding industry. Titagar acquired a 90% stake in Italian rail equipment firm Firema Trasporti in 2015 and renamed it as Titagar Firema SPA. Titagar is now having 100% stake of Firema Trasporti. Titagar Wagons also acquired Kolkata-based Corporated Shipyard in 2012 and merged it with its subsidiary Titagar Marines. Merged entity now manufactures ships for Indian Navy and was given the first defense contract in 2017. United Arab Emirates, UAE, launched COVID-19 vaccines for children aged 3 to 17. Contents, hide. Key points. Vaccination in UAE. COVID-19 cases in UAE. BBCOV vaccine. Efficacy of vaccine. Which countries are using this vaccine? BBCOV in COVAX. Key points. UAE will administer China's Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine to children aged 3 to 17. This decision was taken after clinical trials and extensive evaluations. As per authorities, trial was monitored for immune response of 900 children. UAE is among world's highest immunization rates. It was already providing Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for children aged 12 to 15. UAE has started manufacturing this COVID-19 vaccine for children under a joint venture between Sinopharm and Abu Dhabi-based technology company Group 42. Vaccination in UAE. As per Health Ministry of UAE, 78.95% of population of 9 million have received one vaccine dose, while 70.57% have been fully vaccinated. COVID-19 cases in UAE. UAE registered 1,519 new coronavirus infections on August 1, taking total tally to 682,377 cases and 1,951 deaths. BBCOV vaccine. This vaccine is also known as Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine. It is one among 2 inactivated virus COVID-19 vaccines that were developed by Sinopharm's Beijing Institute of Biological Products. Vaccines phase 3 trials were completed in Argentina, Egypt, Bahrain, Morocco, Peru, Pakistan and United Arab Emirates, UAE, on some 60,000 participants. BBCOV was developed using similar technology as CoronaVac and Covaxin. Its product name is SARS-CoV-2 vaccine, Verocell. Efficacy of vaccine. As per phase 3 trials in United Arab Emirates and Bahrain, BBCOV vaccine is 78.1% effective against symptomatic cases while 100% effective against severe cases. Which countries are using this vaccine? BBCOV is being used by several countries in Asia, Africa, South America and Europe. BBCOV in COVAX. World Health Organization approved this vaccine for use in COVAX on 7 May 2021. Sinopharm signed purchase agreements of 170 million doses from COVAX. European Union has imposed a fine of $886.6 million or 746 million euro on Amazon.com Inc. European Union fined Amazon for processing personal data in violation of EU's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR. Contents, hide. Key points. Background. About GDPR. Google under GDPR. Key points. Fine was imposed by Luxembourg National Commission for Data Protection, CNPD, on Amazon Europe Core. However, Amazon has decided to challenge the penalty. CNPD has alleged that e-tail giant had manipulated users' data to show what advertising and information they receive. Collective complaint was filed against Amazon by 10,000 people in accordance with EU's GDPR that requires companies to get people's consent before using their personal data or face fines. Background. Tech giants have increasingly come under scrutiny of regulators in EU after it enacted its General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, in 2018. GDPR provides enough teeth to go after any abuse of users' data. GDPR was put forward after 3 years of negotiations among EU members. Now, GDPR have been incorporated as part of their national laws. As a result, companies can face action across jurisdictions in case they violate the rules. About GDPR. GDPR came into effect in 2018. Basic idea of the regulation is that companies should get explicit consent of users before leveraging any data or information they collect from them. It seeks to achieve its goal by imposing steep fines. Google under GDPR. Apart from Amazon, largest penalty was slapped on tech giant Google in 2019. French data privacy watchdog had asked Google to pay $57 million. Fine was imposed after finding that advertising targeting on its Android operating system does not comply with GDPR. Indian women's hockey team has created history by qualifying for Olympic Games semi-finals for the first time. In the match on August 2, India played against three-time champions Australia and made it to the semi-finals by beating Australia by solitary goal. Contents, hide. Key points. Background. Women's field hockey tournament. Key points. Earlier, Indian men's hockey team also entered Olympic semi-finals after a gap of 49 years. During the women's match, drag flicker Gurjit Kaur rose to occasion when it mattered and converted India's only penalty corner in 22nd minute to surprise Australians. Indian women team is led by Rani Rampal, which will now play Argentina in semi-final on August 4. Background. India's best performance in Olympics dates back to 1980 Moscow Games, where Indian team finished 4th out of 6 teams. In that edition of the Games, women's hockey made its debut to Olympics. Sport was played in a round-robin format in which top 2 teams qualified for the final. Women's Field Hockey Tournament. Women's Field Hockey Tournament at 2020 Summer Olympics is the 11th edition of field hockey event for women at the Games. Hockey event will be held from July 24 to 6 August 2021. All hockey games will be played at Oi Hockey Stadium in Tokyo, Japan. Game was originally scheduled to be held from July 25 to 7 August 2020. But Olympics were postponed to 2021 because of COVID-19 pandemic. This year, games are being played behind closed doors.